Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Right now, I'm going to talk about the history and background, the Great Wave of Kanagawa. The Great Wave of Kanagawa, or Kanagawa Oki Nami Ural, under the Wave of Kanagawa is a book blog printed by Japanese ukiyo-e artist Hokusai, created in late 1831 during the Edo period of Japanese history. The print depicts three boats moving through a storm-tossed sea, with a large wave forming a spiral in the center and Mount Fuji visible in the background. The print is Hokusai's best-known work and the first in his series, 36 Views of Mount Fuji, in which the use of Fujian blue revolutionized Japanese prints. The composition of the Great Wave is a synthesis of traditional Japanese prints and the use of graphical perspective developed in Europe, and earned him immediate success in Japan and later in Europe, where Hokusai's art inspired works by the Impressionists. Several museums throughout the world hold copies of the Great Wave, many of which came from 19th century private collections of Japanese prints. The Great Wave of Kanagawa has been described as possibly the most reproduced image in the history of all art.
It has influenced several notable artists and musicians, including Vincent van Gogh, Claude Debussy, Claude Monet, and Hiroshige. Hokusai created a scene in which to frame Mount Fuji. The large waves about to crush the fishermen in their boats clinging to their oars appear larger than the mountain. Hokusai may have wished to depict a fear of an aspect for the ocean with display on perspective. Mount Fuji holds religious or sacred significance in Japan. Because of the location of Mount Fuji and the apparent direction the boats are going, the waves appear to be breaking shoreward. Some think of the Great Wave as a tsunami, but tsunami waves tend to be more of all-tidal, concentrated in narrows, like harbors. Why the real intent and meaning behind Hokusai Great Wave woodblock print is unknown, while tsunami waves typically do not crest or break and do not have white caps like this. Hokusai's print is often used to depict a tsunami.
Now I will explain about the influence of the art to the world in terms of traditional art and digital art. First, I will explain this art in terms of traditional. In terms of traditional, the Great Wave of Kanagawa art influenced the world with the block art printing. It also known as ukiyo-e prints among the collectors. According to the traditional term, the Great Wave of Kanagawa is influenced the world through their own aesthetical values. Other than that, this art is created by the great aesthetic person Hokusai. The uniqueness and great quality of this art impact European and French art collectors. Next, I will explain this art in terms of digital art. The Great Wave of Kanagawa is from digital painting by Adobe Photoshop designed by illustrator from Limeira, Brazil. This wall is an advertisement for a streaming bowl of ramen, which is often considered to be the best food in the world. Any person who likes Japanese food will be thrilled to receive this mouth-watering poster as a present.
In this part, I will explain about the influence of the art to the world in terms of fashion and architecture. Nowadays, fashion has become one of the biggest industries in the world. The Great Wave of Kanagawa was able to influence the world through the industry by giving a unique art perspective with nature in mind. It influenced the fashion designer to create a creativity and innovation. However, in terms of architecture, it influenced the architect to designing and constructing the building with the element of this art. Moreover, the Great Wave of Kanagawa has influenced the world through the creation of the wave with a powerful and dynamic appearance. For example, the South Korea biggest individual building and the Moscow high-rise apartment complex has been created by the architect.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Rahman Hakimi, and before I start on the relevancy of the art today, I would like to say thank you to my group mates for their efforts on this presentation. As we all know, the Great Wave of Kanagawa is one of the most famous works of Japanese art and serves as a symbol to the Japanese identity and its nation's rich cultural legacy. Starting off, despite the art being created a long time ago by Hokusai, it still holds a great amount of relevancy today in the modern age. This is because there's a few reasons to back up this claim, one of which is that it represents tenacity and fortitude in the face of difficulty. The enormous wave in the art symbolizes nature's imposing force, while the boats and Mount Fuji in the background emphasize how small and insignificant humans are in comparison to nature. This is also true in the modern world because we must contend with several big problems including political upheaval and the climate change today. The art serves as a reminder of the value of resilience and the necessity of adapting to changing conditions for humanity. That's it for me. Thank you. Now I'll pass this to my partner, Firdaus.
My name is Muhammad Firdaus Afizi bin Azhar. First off, I want to say thank you to Aiman for presenting the first part of the relevancy of this art in this modern age. Now I will start the second part of the presentation on the same topic of the Great Wave of Kanagawa by Hokusai. This art still relevant by attracted attention from all people around the world. It serves as an illustration of the ways in which artistic expression may help to build bridge across culture. Then it's proved a potency of creative expression. For over the years, the print has been widely copied and mimicked. It's also gained immense popularity and recognition globally. As a result, digital artists offer reference from the print of their works to establish a connection with broader audience.
Hi, my name is Nur Atika Amira binti Ahmad. My matric number is 2214125. How you think of the art? The Great Wave of Kanagawa by Hokusai 1831 depicts a wave. That is the main subject of the artwork that shows the greatness of the wave slamming boats in an ocean in Japan. At the first sight, we clearly see an image of a scenery of the ocean at Japan. But if we see closely, this artwork illustrates the courage of a fisherman to wade through the unpredictable weather at the sea. For instance, as we can see in the artwork, there are three boats fighting the big wave in the ocean. Based on the principle and design, there are contrasts in this art which are in the color of the boat and the color of the sea water. The color of the boat is beige and gray, which is indeed different from the blue color of the seawater. This conflict of art raises the essence of a fishing boat that wades through the huge wave in the huge and large ocean in Japan. So, I think this artwork carries a message about how a person copes with the hardship even though he knows about the risk, but he willing to go through it with the courage that is in him. Next, Mount Fuji. Mount Fuji is a symbolic of sacred by the Japanese people. So, in this artwork, the artist Hokusai present Mount Fuji in white color. White color refers to holy, pure, clean, faithless in this artwork. So, the message delivered by Hokusai in this artwork is Japanese people respect to the Mount Fuji. Other than that, Mount Fuji is the heart of Japan. Color has their own meaning, and the artist used color to express their feeling through his art.
Hi, my name is Siti Nobalkis binti Nur Azwan. My matrix number is 221420189. So this art is about the calmness. This art is also using a dark color for background image. So I can feel that fishermen struggle to survive their life when they're hit by a big wave in the middle of the sea. I feel so sad when I see this art because I know how the struggle they are and also give an effect to me, like I can imagine how hard it is. Next, in this art also using a dark blue to contrast color in this art. This color also can create a feeling of coolness and helpless. Okay, for me, When this happens to fishermen, I feel like they will surrender to surviving their life, but they're not. For white color in this art, it can be they survive after struggling in the middle of the sea. The Great Wave of Kanagawa by Hokusai 1831 also using the basic principle of design. For example, a sharp line at the tip of wave. It means that the wave will hit the fishermen hardly and also engulf the fishermen on their boats. What I can see in this art is dangerous because the wave is so big and it will crash the fisherman's boat. In this art, the elements of design such as pattern, emphasis, and proportions are present in this art. In addition, what we can learn from this art is that anything we do, we need to prepare to face all the obstacles. Thank you.